Welcome to Home Dad Chat, brought to you by the National At Home Dad Network. My name is Brock.
My name is Danny.
And we are here to talk about life as stay at home dads. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
No, I don't want much. I even love handmade crafts made of macaroni. Come on now, you should know me. Times I might eat too much. No worry about my weight, got the dad bod rocking on me. Sketches on my feet, cargo shorts look good on me. I'm a dad, that's what I do.
Hey, everybody, welcome back to the show. Hope you're having a great week. We've missed being able to have some time talking to you, but we're back. So we are going to jump right into having a conversation about the upcoming HomeDadCon because it is literally only weeks away, literally days away if you want to get really technical.
And may I say, and I cannot stress this enough, because I'm so ready to get out of this house.
Yeah, that's how I'm going to leave the house.
I am. I'm going to be just like, and I'm leaving it like, I got to get to Madison at 4:00 in the morning. So I'm leaving here at like 1:30 or something, 2 in the morning. And I am going to go out with bells and whistles and be like, yeah, babies, everybody be up. You guys got to get up for school. You ready for that? All right, I'll see you in a week. And just, I'm gonna leave a bag of candy hidden in each of the kids' rooms. And no, I wouldn't do that. That's
not setting up. Yeah, that's not setting
your partner up for success. That is absolutely not. That's
the opposite of what we're going to be talking about today,
that's
sir.
The opposite of our point. Yeah, but I will admit I kind of like it when my partner struggles to do my job. And I've said this probably 1,000 times, but I feel kind of vindicated. I feel like, see, this is what I do. And Marnie is completely on board. She's appreciative. She loves what I do. She would never try to do it. She's told me 1,000,000 times, but I like to see it because she is so competent and so capable and she just does everything. And she's so much smarter than me. And I've got one thing that I can stand on and go, yeah, how about that? Huh? Who's the dad?
There you go. Well, I leave at 8:50 in the morning, so I have to probably show up around like 6:30 to the airport. Yeah. But my drive to the airport is only like, I don't know, barely 30 minutes.
Oh, sweet.
But the part that I got to get figured out is who's going to take me, because Corey's not going to be able to take me because she's going to have to get the kids ready. But I've got other people that I can call on for a lift.
And that's when you know they're truly loving people, is when they'll get up at whatever time in the morning you got to leave and take you to the airport. That's love, my opinion. That's a true sign of love,
Well, I'm hoping that David McMillan will be able to do it because he homeschools his kids, and I don't think they start until like 7:30. And so dropping me off and then coming back, he'd still be kind of like on his time of things. So we'll see how it works out. But he's currently traveling. Like they're on a 2-week road trip in Canada, and he blogs about it just for like his family to see. He doesn't do anything it's not a public blog, but like, cause he's not like posting it for everybody to find, but I follow along cause I want to see what it is that he's doing. So he doesn't have to regurgitate the entire trip to me when he comes back. But he got to see the Northern Lights the other day, which I'm pretty jealous about.
Wow.
And that was the whole reason they went up there, was to get to do that. So, and then they went to this really cool amethyst place where you can like mine for amethyst and you pay by the pound. And so they had gone to that place a couple years ago. And so he said this year, like, since they knew what they were doing, like it was a quicker, like they were in and out in like 50 minutes as to what they wanted to do, but they got like pieces that they were really excited about.
That's impressive. Yeah. That's a quick through. That's awesome.
So yeah, that's one of those. I was like, oh, that's a really cool.
He's getting his vacation for sure.
Yeah. No, actually, he really does get energized and recharged going on those trips with his family. So he has a blast doing it. But anyway, we're only days away from HomeDadCon, and there are some great little pieces of resources that have been sent out to, one, set you as the attendee up for success so that, you don't forget your underwear. And Also, too, we're going to talk about how to set your spouse partner up for success as well, so that you don't have to hear phone calls like, "Where did you put the toilet paper at?"
Right.
And then we'll quickly get into programming because that has also been put out there as well. So
Yeah. It's got the program set in place, ready to go.
yeah, and then
And
we can
then
talk about maybe some early stuff too that's going to be happening.
yeah, the stuff is not on the schedule that y'all need to know about.
Non-sanctioned home dad con events.
It's going to happen, but
It,
it might be that we're not going to watch you do it.
it's always there. Yeah, we get people like, if I'd have known that, I'd have come in days earlier. Which at this
Yeah,
point, you probably already have your ticket and everything situated. So that's
hopefully.
definitely going to be the expression. But hey, there's always next year. So that's
Yeah.
that's the way you look at it. And that's okay. I think new people, a lot of times, it's almost better in some ways because it's maybe even a little bit less overwhelming and less, however.
Yeah,
So
there's positives.
let's start with this. Like, so we've got the packing list here. And like you said, it's on Discord. So if you haven't looked on Discord and just in the San Antonio area there, that's where you want to go to find it. I think personally, like, let's just get to the top of things. Make sure you have your ID, your state issued ID with the new
Get your real ID.
regulations, your
Yes.
real ID.
Or your
Please
passport.
have that,
If
or
you're
your
lucky to have one.
passport. Yeah, so that you have nothing there. Get all that put together in one spot. Get it in your carry-on backpack or whatever it is, so you have it on your persons. That's important.
Yes. Yeah.
Two, did you know that in airports now you don't have to take your shoes off going
I did
through
not.
security? They just changed that rule recently. Yep, finally, after all these years.
That's good. I think we can detect explosive shoelaces now. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, yeah. I think we can come up with detecting stupid little bombs in the heels of shoes. Yeah,
Right.
right. I remember when that came about. So
But that's
glad
cool.
that's
Don't have to take
done.
my shoes off. I have more trouble taking my belt off, and I'm looking to find a way around that this year because I wear cargo shorts as you should, and I also carry 15 pounds of crap in them, and I have no butt at all. No butt. So I have to
Listen,
have a belt or things will get indecent.
going through TSA, don't have a bunch of stuff in the pockets. Man, you don't want to be that guy.
I always have it in a pack. Like if there's, honestly, the stuff that I carry on the plane is much less. I will. So I mean, I only have like my ratchet set and a pastrami sandwich. I'm down to basics, but no, yeah, but I still have a lot of stuff and my pants are heavy with anything in them and they will drop if I'm not careful with the belt. And that's the worst part for me. And I've been looking at ways to figure that out. One of the ways was, hey, we could get a butt. That evidently it's not going to happen. I did ask a professional personal trainer, hey, I need a butt. And he's like, I'd be too late. That's just mean, man. That's just
That
mean.
is mean, man.
But anyway, yeah. So the shoes are good. The shoes are good. It's good to know.
Yep,
Probably I will have a hoodie and a coat on, I think, coming in probably from Wisconsin and immediately set them on fire because I won't need them anymore in Texas.
Just don't put the sunglasses on as you go through TSA. Okay. If you have transition glasses, don't wear a hoodie. Don't do it.
It's gonna go bad.
You will have a mugshot up in no time at all.
Yep. Who's this? It's just some old dad, I swear.
Or some Instagram influencer is gonna snap some very incognito shot of you, and you're gonna be like, "Look what we found at the airport today."
Whoops. So our packing list put up, by the way, by Joshua Burnson,
Joshua,
one of our amazing board nominees, and also just our tech guy. He's done so much for our AV. But anyway, put that up, and I love it because it starts out with travel basics, like you said, real ID. Remember your ID. Have that ready. If you don't have it right now, you may be in trouble. You may not be able to get it because it's not that easy.
Hey, I saw in here we missed the number one item, by the way. Sunscreen, apparently.
That's what I was going to say. Yes, because it's no joke, y'all, especially if you're not used to it at all. I haven't been in the sun for 4 years, and I don't know. I'm thinking I'm going to burn. I got a big old bald head, and I'm not a lot protecting it. I'm going to have a dad hat. I think I'm going to have I may even get one of those goofy ones with the fans in them just because.
Oh, my gosh.
It's like, yeah,
you would.
Yeah. Well, because it's hilarious. And honestly, because my little brother, Jeremy Haston, did it. And I'm like, oh, man, I ain't going to let him. But on top of that, right, is bathroom spray.
I thought you were going to go there next.
Because I really it's Poopery is what the brand name is that I'm aware of, right? But understand that you're sharing a room more than likely. Now, maybe you're not. If you're not, that's cool. But even if you're not, you should at least have it just in case somebody comes in your room, wants to hang out or whatever. You don't want them to smell your poop, and you can't get rid of it. It's just going to sit right there. Come on. So bathroom spray is, I think, on my top 5 must-haves. And then earplugs. Yep. Because again, you may not be, if you're sharing a room, you may not be sleeping with somebody who sleeps like you do. And honestly, snoring is just a way to celebrate how great you're sleeping. And you want to let everybody in the room know, I'm sleeping so well that you don't even get to sleep. I'm doing so well. So get some plugs, plug your ears up, and just let people sleep.
I usually just have like a sound machine like on my phone. Tends to help out a lot. So, but yeah, definitely. I think that earplugs are always definitely good. Clothing wise, like this is the time to bring out them dad shirts.
Yeah, it is.
Wear them with pride. Let people know you're going to get
punnier, the better.
Yep. You're going to get people in the airport asking questions, whatever it is. So, wear your last year's HomeDadCon shirt, whatever, that kind of thing. Those are all important things to wear. Kilts, honestly, it's warm enough. Yeah. It's definitely kilt place. Make the Texans feel uncomfortable.
Even better.
Yeah, exactly. So actually, Ruby is planning on painting my fingernails and toenails before I leave. So
you're going to be showing your toes?
I don't know. Well, I mean, maybe just walking around the hotel.
All right. All right. Because I'm assuming you got New Balance in there somewhere, or at least some knockoff.
I mean, I always have a pair of New Balance on.
Yeah,
so
all right. Good.
Mine aren't white like everybody else's, though. I try to get colored ones. So
yeah, mine are not actually New Balance. Mine were a pair of orange and blue shoes that I've worn for 5-6 years, and I needed a pair, but I love the color. I'm like, look at it, it's orange. And the guy's like, yes, sir, it's orange. I'm like, you're not getting it. I'm wearing these. I'm wearing them out. So I don't have New Balance, but I'm close. I'll just blame it on my age.
Skechers work too, as the song says.
Yeah, Skechers would work. Yeah.
Anybody who listens to the intro to the podcast, Skechers are also part of that whole package. So, but yeah, so and like we said, like don't forget underwear, socks are always good too.
Of course, yep. Shoes, dad shirts. That's all the basics, I think.
That's pretty much all the basics.
You should get a hat.
There's a swimming pool at this hotel too, like up on the roof with a hot tub. So, you could go that route as well.
Beautiful.
I plan on snapping another photo of me in the hot tub shirtless and posting it in Discord again. So y'all get ready. It happened last year. It's going to continue. Blah, blah.
I'm telling you, man, if I had the time and the money, I would have bought a shirt. This was my thought. I bought a shirt that's your chest, and that's it. It's your picture without the face, and put it on a shirt and worn that, and just worn it around until you saw me. Like, what's going on, man? What's the matter?
That would have been an immediate like, shirt. Oh, sir.
Right?
Goodness.
People would be like, oh, you can't wear that here, sir.
Yeah, well, definitely. Oh, I know. Also, too, so yeah, we're getting into the accessories and extras area. One thing to consider here, so like when you get to the hotel and you're going to, check in, and if you're using just a basic like debit card, like maybe you're using like a Venmo card or something like that, don't use that to like hold the money for your card or whatever, because unlike a credit card where they'll hold it until you actually check out, those kind of cards immediately are taken. Like the money's taken immediately off those cards. So where you're like,
check in?
Yeah. As soon as you check in, it's gone. I had that problem happen. I was like, I went to a convention and used a card like that, and immediately like the money from my room was taken off all at once, and I was waiting because like I was going to get paid like I think the next day or something like that. Money was going to come in, and basically I paid that or put that on my hotel thing, and then I had no money for like 24 hours because it took it right off. I was like,
oof.
Gosh, dang it. So don't fall into that trap because that's awful.
Yeah, I wasn't aware of that. That's going to suck.
Yep. It's just the way that they do those systems because it doesn't play the same.
Yeah, it makes sense. It's not a credit card, so that's good. But okay. Yeah. So carrying a small backpack or a sling bag. And I will say that Ariel Eisenberg has gone out of his way to explain that he has the best one. And he's willing to put that up for a competition
Oh,
He does have a really nice one too. And if you see it, I mean, because he's had it for years, and every time I see it, I'm like, ah, man, I should get me one of those. But having a little bag with you, honestly, if you're not, even if you're wearing the cargo shorts, I think we all recognize you need to pick up more stuff. And on a trip like this, you're going to be looking for carrying extra things with you, carrying water with you, especially, but having a place to put souvenirs. I said it years ago that we do a refrigerator magnet. Whenever we go somewhere, that's the souvenir. Well, I don't get gifts for all the kids. That's not an expectation. I brought a magnet, and at best, it's my favorite child gets to put it on the refrigerator. But whatever you might be picking up, you will have enough stuff that you will need more than just your pockets. I promise. So bring a bag.
definitely. I agree with that completely. Make sure you got cash on you or some sort of money as well. I like this though. Like, so along with the meals that are covered by the convention, there's also the nightly kickbacks,
Yeah.
which honestly,
Yeah.
like I've said
Jeez.
before, if you didn't like you weren't gonna go out and spend money, you're like, hey, like I'm trying to be as, frugal as possible on this trip. Eating as much as you can on that for that is going to be super helpful with your budget. So, and it's good food, so that's another
Yep.
plus to
Save
everything.
save yourself a good bit. And we figured this out in St. Louis. And this is actually we were trying to get a ongoing contract with Drury. We're trying to get as whatever hotels they had that we could get on a regular basis with them because their kickback was so good. I mean, they had actual not potato skins or French fries. They had potatoes, baked potatoes.
Yeah.
They had, of course, popcorn was always there, but the food was amazing. And we were looking at it last year, like we could have just stayed here and eaten, So yeah, just blueberry muffins and taco salad, chili, pork slider buns,
Yes. A lot
alfredo
of good
pasta
stuff.
with chicken. I mean, just yeah, it's really so that's one way to really save some money if you want to, but definitely come out to dinner with us.
Yeah, that too. Don't forget
Your
that.
Hard Rock Cafe is the place to go.
Is it? I don't even know.
No, we've only had one person sign up to Hard Rock Cafe for a Friday night dinner. One person. We're working on it though.
It's okay. There'll be more. There'll be more. Tech stuff to bring, headphones, earbuds. It's just kind of nice if you get some time where you're just gonna step away maybe and just have some
Mm-hmm.
solace. Those are always good for that. Or, that snoring roommate. That's another reason too.
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, Laptops and tablets are good for taking notes for presenters, that kind of stuff. I definitely typically bring my laptop with me, but I usually have my work laptop so that I can answer emails still while I'm away.
Yeah.
But it has a double meaning for it. And then pens, write down stuff.
Yeah, bring a pen.
Usually we have space in the program for being able to write down notes. So I think we have more space this year than we did
You
last
should
year, if
have a
I'm not
little bit more.
mistaken.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's also another plus, which is also something that I think was a suggestion made in the after HomeDadCon survey as well. So just trying to keep things going there. Medication, don't forget your
Mm-hmm.
medication. Bad.
That's very bad.
That, yeah, that is not the way to start a trip.
I wouldn't make it. Somebody would be mailing me my pills. That's yeah.
Right? No kidding. Be like calling a doctor, be like, all right, everything needs to get transferred to the San Antonio nearest drugstore
I need
now.
1 week and that's it. I would probably call my wife and be like, "Hey, on the counter in a gallon bag, exactly where I left it on purpose to bring it with me. I forgot my meds." And
Yeah, right.
yeah, she would like FedEx it. She'd be like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna
Overnight
die."
that bad boy now.
Yeah. I wouldn't actually die, but man, I'd be useless. Because
Yeah.
just like the fish oil and the daily vitamins and stuff, if I bounce off that for any reason, it is so obvious.
Mm,
I mean, my brain slows down, my body slows down. I'm like, yeah, buddy, you're old. You need to keep your vitamins up. Yeah,
that's
bring your
not.
meds, vitamins, all that. A travel mug. I think that was a very good idea.
I think that's a
You
great
know,
idea too. Yeah.
because for me, it's for the airport at first, so because you can't bring water with you, but I need water pretty regularly. So I have a nice, not a tumbler, but a water bottle basically that I take with me and it works out perfect. And I refill it in the airport and then I can have it on the plane and whatever else I need it. But just all day, every day, a lot of people, you're going to want more caffeine with you than what you're going to have like at breakfast. I have a cup of coffee at breakfast. Oh, bring a tumbler. Look classy. I like that. Look classy and stay caffeinated.
Yeah.
Good suggestion, Joshua.
Also, too, if you're gonna do the like sling bag or whatever, get yourself a nice carabiner that's big enough that you can maybe clip your water bottle onto it as well, because then you got it with you at all
There you are.
times. That's
You're doing the thinking. I see
yep.
it. Yep.
Using the old.
Yep. Using the old noggin.
It's all good. The squirrel is running around real good there in the wheel. Yeah, there it is. The wheel. Man,
On
I
the
tell you.
wheel. Yeah.
Sorry.
And
He
I
saw a
like,
dog first. I was like,
yeah,
squirrel.
the car went by. What? I was like, so what were we talking about? But I like to, and I don't remember if Joshua did this for us last year or not, but on this year's notes, he put the excursion add-ons. Like what things you need to, if you're going to go, very good example for me is the river float. Now we have a tubing excursion on Wednesday, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. It's also going to be incredibly hot, y'all. And you're going to be on the water in the sun in Texas. So obviously, you need to be back. Swimsuit, of course, yes, probably a swim shirt or a t-shirt you can wear. Wear your water shoes, all that. And then as
Lather up with sunscreen.
yeah, just cover yourself. Like just cover yourself. And I love too, because you and I were talking about this previously earlier about a waterproof phone case.
Yep.
And honestly, I would not have thought of that about that here, thinking, oh, I'm gonna go tubing. Do I got my suit? I got everything. I would not have thought about a phone case.
You
I
get
would
one
have
of those
gotten
ones
there
that
like,
goes
oh,
around
yeah,
you
like
get
a
it goes
lanyard.
over your neck. And the nice part too is that you can still take photos with it. They might not look the greatest, but you can still do photos with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is a huge one. Like the reason we can't brought that up is because my daughter actually snagged a waterproof case with a phone inside of it while just goofing around in the river a couple weeks ago. And
Stepped on it, I think you said.
pretty much, yeah, she pulled it up with her toe and was like, "What? Look at this." So, yeah, definitely necessary there for sure. So,
Yeah. Because you don't want to lose your phone when you're that far away from home. That would be awful.
no,
So
that's a bad day right there. Brewery hop, I think it's pretty self-explanatory there. Like ID, spending money. I like Tums and ibuprofen if you're seasoned. You never know.
it is a
Um,
brewery hop. You don't know where you're gonna end up.
yeah. 5K, running shoes, athletic wear, deodorant, or just go take a shower afterwards is always helpful.
There will be
However that
just
goes.
enough time to get the 5K, go take a shower, and then get back to the present for the first presentation. So
Right,
take that
exactly.
shower, please.
And then the service project, which is also going to be out in the hot sun,
Mm-hmm.
old clothes that you don't mind getting paint on, and closed-toed shoes, of course, for that, because we're going to be on site with ladders and whatnot,
Mm-hmm.
probably. So
Yep. We're gonna be painting. I think we're priming a large wall so they can paint a mural on it.
it sounds very
That's the
similar
key to
to
that.
Phoenix. It sounds very
Yeah.
similar to what we did in Phoenix.
Yep. It
So
should be about that same, except
yeah,
not tearing off or anything
awning.
like that. Yeah. But just basically doing some painting and priming. And we did it as early as possible in the morning. I think it's an 8 o'clock arrival. So leaving would be 7:30 or something. I have to double check the
I think
schedule,
for
but
Texas, that's still not early.
yeah, it's still going to be hot. It's
The
still going to
sun's
be just
already up and angry at that point.
just angry. That's the word. It is just angry.
Yep.
Yeah.
The magnifying glass is already out looking for ants, and we are the
You're
targets.
the ants. Yep.
Yeah, no, you guys get to be floating ants on the river float for sure.
Yep.
See, that's where you just like on the muddy riverbank, you just cover yourself. The heck with
Yeah.
sunscreen. If you didn't
Yeah.
bring sunscreen, that's what you do. You put mud on you.
Whatever it
That'll
takes, because
save
yeah,
your
you don't
skin.
want to be sunburnt ever, really, but especially at a convention where you
Mm.
have to sit there in the AC, your skin's so hot and itchy. Yeah. But I
Yeah.
think it's some really good suggestions, and I really appreciate Joshua putting this up.
Yeah.
Um,
Is there something particular that's not on this list that's something that you're like, this is what I always bring on the convention or to the convention?
well, I think this makes sense, but for me, it's my camera.
Okay. Yeah.
And I don't think that's something we should put on the packing list per se, because a lot of people don't have them, and a lot of people just have their phone and it's enough. I was lucky enough to have gotten a DSLR and have the, an actual camera. So that for me is what I'm going to have on there.
Nice.
What about you?
I think for me, so I always bring the Ultimate Stay-at-Home Dad guidebook with me because I try to get all the guys who are in it to sign by
Mhm.
where their part is in the book. So I bring that, and then I always bring one or two challenge coins with me. I either bring the one that I got for my time on the board, and for it says National At Home Dad Network on one side and Dads Don't Babysit on the other, or I'll bring my Seahorse one with me because there's a group of guys who like to definitely run the old challenge coin thing where, if you're in a place drinking and someone presents theirs, whoever doesn't present theirs, they're buying around for everybody that did present it. So better be on the ready for that kind of thing.
So, so you want to get derailed for just a minute?
Sure.
I'm going to show you because I was thinking about you mentioned the Ultimate Stay-at-Home Dad Guidebook. Perfect.
Right.
I actually have a copy of Dads Behaving Dadly that I'm going to try to get Al Watts and Hogan Hilling to have signed for me. So I'm bringing that with me. But there's one thing you're not going to be ready for this. So I'm going to slide off camera and I'll bring you right back.
Okay.
You're not ready. You're not ready.
I'm not ready. Oh, man. I know in the past there's been a guy who usually brings a baseball and has everybody sign up. Whoa, what happened here? Steampunk Danny in the house.
It's my top hat.
You got a top hat.
Uh-huh.
Do you have a monocle too? Are you going to be Mr.
No.
Monopoly?
This is going to be a ringmaster
This
for
is
a D&D
yeah.
game.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So I'm playing a D&D game. I'm running a D&D game, actually. And I ran it before. And one of the things is that you're basically in this kind of a game area. And you have the ringmaster that shows up and tells you the rules and answers any questions and also kind of, makes announcements as we go through. And yeah, it's been 1 minute and now we have a dragon or whatever. And putting the hat on, it really is hilarious how people's attitudes change towards you. My kids hate that hat now.
Okay.
Because I took them through that adventure and they were like, don't put the hat on. Oh my God, what is it now?
So I got to ask about the D&D game. So
yes,
I'm just hearing about that. Is that something that I can get involved in or is it too late?
Yep, got to be on the Discord. We're trying to do the semantics or logistics, let's say, of who's doing what when on the actual RPG Dads channel.
Okay.
Not in San Antonio. So we're going to put it in San Antonio sometime in the next couple of days, just because the other DMs and I and the other players, we have to kind of sort where we're going to be and when. So,
okay.
But it will be up in the San Antonio, probably in the lobby, and then put it up as an elective. So you can find it on the electives page. But it's not there yet because, well, I'm busy.
Sure. Yeah.
And
makes
I
sense.
just, things don't.
Well, I
get done.
figured after all the time that I've spent with the kids listening to Stinky Dragon and everything, like this is a great opportunity to come play D&D and with my friends who will be like understanding and
absolutely
at the same time razz me for, not knowing certain things, but that's okay. But
Yeah.
I think it's time for me to like step into that because the kids seem that they're really interested in it. And what other better place than to do it at HomeDadCon so that I can bring it back.
Well, and again, with your family, with your brothers, with your supportive brotherhood, the guys, and we will absolutely. People will make fun of you, but also it's in that way that that they love you and they're just trying to help you, break the ice and be better about it. So
I just love the fact that like I can use voices too for characters and stuff like that. And I love doing that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
let me hear one.
You want to hear one of my voices?
Yes. I'll give you a second to prep. It's cool. Say, Mary had a little lamb. Its fleece was white as snow.
So my name's Mikey, and I'm a diaper-wearing goblin who carries around an axe. Yeah, that's pretty much. That would be one.
Nice. Yeah. Yeah.
So I can do that. See, I got to
do a Cockney accent. Cockney's pretty easy.
I don't know what Cockney is.
Right.
Oh,
tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna move over here.
Yeah.
Hi there, this is the cousin to Kermit the Frog. My name is Hermit the Frog, and I am a 3rd level cleric who carries around a sword.
Do it.
I can do it.
The biggest issue that I've ever found with people doing voices is everybody wants to do it, but they're not quite ready. And when someone else does it, the other people mimic it accidentally. That's been my favorite part. They do because they just pick it up, especially if you have somebody that's doing it regularly and does it a lot, because a lot of accents are very contagious. You hear somebody with a good Scottish or Irish accent, and it's just like, oh crap, I just said lad or whatever, So cool, yeah. Well, we have, I think, at least 2 games running.
Okay.
We will always have a beginner friendly game.
Cool.
My game may not be as beginner friendly, but because we're probably going to play 6th or 7th level characters, just because.
He's like, hey guys, how's it going? I'm level 2. Let's get this thing going, baby.
Yeah.
I'm dead already. I rolled
the horses.
2.
Stay with the horses.
Critical.
Oh.
Oh, that's bad. I guess I die now.
Well, hey, speaking of that, kind of those sort of things, like there is also the schedule is out for the convention, which, man, as always, JHG and the crew just honestly put together an amazing program book. It's also very like just love the artwork. The other part that's always cool is that this gives you the ability to see sort of like the a little peek behind the curtains of what the HomeDadCon shirt's going to look like. Because that's
Your little idea.
yeah,
Yeah.
so that's exciting too. Love all of the things with the flags here, and actually there's a specific name for them. I can't remember what it is, but do you know what it is by any chance? The
I
paper
I will
flags.
screw it up if I try to say it because I say Pascal every time, and that's not at
Okay,
all what it is.
that works
Um,
too. The Mandalorian flags.
yeah, it is absolutely not. That is not what it is. Anybody listens to me, that's
It's
your
all
fault.
good. It's all good. But you do get a nice little peek at what the hotel looks like, which it looks gorgeous. Another just beautiful building to get a hangout in for a few days. But also too like information about the speakers that are going to be there, especially the main session speakers, and then like lots of information. But the thing with it is like so Thursday, that evening we got the convention eve. And prior to that, there's a few other things that are going on. You'll see where timer meeting, which we've got quite a few first timers this year, which is going to be
Hmm.
awesome.
Yeah,
It's a
yeah,
big class.
yeah. I can't
So
wait. I
yeah, and they got the
intentionally volunteered to do the first timer orientation this year because I'm on the periphery of the planning meeting. I'm not actually the chair or anything like that. So I'm just kind of there and helping where I can. And I'm looking at it. I'm like, I think somebody that's been sitting through these meetings should be the one doing the orientation because they'll have the most pivot. If someone asks you a question that you're not really sure what the answer is, if you've been in these meetings and then somebody's like, well, wait, why are we going to the pink shark?
yeah.
Well, this is why, and this is what we did, and this is how we got there. So,
Yeah. So, lots of stuff going on there for that, and it runs through what's up. And then, Friday, I like the fact that, we got everything kind of going for Friday where it's like, we're getting up at 7, but 8 o'clock's when like the welcome starts and things like that. So if you don't want to eat breakfast and miss out on really yummy food, then you can sleep in a little bit later. Otherwise, like I imagine the majority of us will be up eating and getting ready for the day's events. But
oh
lots
yeah.
of lots of different speakers being talked about. I see where understanding learning differences is one of the conversations that's going to be going. And I
Hmm.
think that a lot of us I feel like, a lot of us dads are always looking for that, like, okay, like how do we understand our kids and also their friends, differences when they get
Hmm.
together, that kind of thing, because kids are all different.
Did you check our keynote?
Our keynote, yeah, Dr. Laura Widman. We haven't talked to her yet on the
Nope.
on a podcast, so that would be cool to get to meet her. But she's being an approachable parent, talking to kids about sex and puberty. I feel like this for me, like this is where I'm at in my parenting, and so I will be interested to hear what she has to say. I know one
Yeah.
of the things I've always talked to dads about is the fact of like making sure that their kids are using proper terminology for sexual organs, that kind of thing.
Absolutely.
A lot of parents don't realize that if there ever is a issue that takes place where you end up in a courtroom with somebody about something like that, if your kid is not actually using penis, vagina, vulva, like all those kind of things, the judge or the defense attorney can actually ask the judge to throw it out because they don't know
Hmm.
that. And that's really scary. So
Yeah.
I learned that when my wife was going through her master's program. So
Mhm.
we've been big proponents of explaining that to parents. We're
Yeah.
like, don't use nicknames.
And I think this will be a really good presentation because Dr. Widman is actually a professor at, I think, Florida State University.
Cool.
And like the founder or co-founder of Teen Health Research. I really, especially for those, a lot of us kind of age out when our kids start going to school, and that's understandable. But even before that, like you said, you need to have an understanding of how to give these things to your kids, how to show these and explain these things, and how to give the right names. I think our keynote's going to be amazing.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's gonna be good. So have all that going on. Don Hudson's presenting in the afternoon. And, we've got different breakout sessions taking place throughout the day as well. And then the big thing, and I love that we do this now, the group photo on Friday afternoon. That's I think one of
Hmm.
the best like changes that we've made because it just makes it so
Yep.
much easier to just
So
gather everybody.
wear your con shirt on
Yes.
Friday.
Yep,
When we
definitely.
give you your swag bag, we're going to tell you wear your con shirt tomorrow. Wear your con shirt because that's going to be the photo. We want everybody to match as much as possible.
Yep. Or wait and change into it after lunch, but make sure you have it on by then at least. The annual meeting is later this year. It's usually was done like I don't know if it was right after lunch or when it was, but yeah, the annual meeting is later in the day on Friday, so
It
that's a new change.
it gives us the opportunity to count all the votes and make sure we have everything together because
Yeah.
voting for board nominations is that afternoon, and so that way we don't have to rush right out after lunch and count votes or even be concerned about it.
I like it. Yeah.
It took more time away from or from the people putting on the convention. And honestly, we would miss a lot of the afternoon stuff. And it was just, let's do it at the end of the day. There's no reason not to.
Yeah.
And then it gives people to online because, if you're a paid member, you can vote online. It gives
Well, it's
people to
all
do it that
digital anyway.
evening. So
The voting's all
should be
digital
all
anyway,
digital. Yep.
so yeah,
Yep.
so that's great. And then at the end of the day, dinner, which I love this, and I don't even know how you guys pulled this off, but it's fantastic, is the fact that, in the years past, like usually Friday dinner's been at the hotel and everybody's there together, which is great, but at the same time, too, I think there's a large group of people who are like, well, maybe I'm not too big into all the food that's here or whatever, or I want a bigger variety or something. And
Or I
so,
want to see the city.
yeah, or you want to see the city,
I've
exactly.
heard of this amazing place called Iron Cactus. I really want to go eat there.
Right. Yeah. So,
This is your opportunity.
so now, yeah, this year the opportunity is you get the choice of the Iron Cactus, the Country Line Legendary Barbecue, or sorry, actually there's two more, Hard Rock Cafe or Rosario's. Definitely four different options for you there, which I just found out that for the most part they want to get everybody's choices by the 28th, which when this comes out it'll be after the 28th. So
Yep.
does that mean they're out of time? Like what does that
They're
mean,
done.
Danny?
No. Well, you really should have it in as soon as possible. What we're really doing with that, because of the way we did this, it's more economical. Basically, we're in everything that we do, we're trying to do everything as cheaply as possible, as inexpensively as possible. So choosing this and giving you the options was the best way to do that for San Antonio because of their food and beverage bins and other things. And Chris Griffin's the guy that handles all this, so you could talk to him if you need more details. But
Wow, dude, I just heard a thump as
just
a bus went by. Just
yeah,
kidding.
no, it's his job. He's great at it too. So he's definitely better than me. But if you don't get it in, we will still have availability. What we're trying to do is to tell each of these restaurants how many people to probably expect. If we're going to have 5 people show up, they can handle it. If they're going to have 50 people show up, they need to know in advance, right?
Yeah.
So basically, we're just trying to get an idea for each of the restaurants to have, okay, this is where we're at.
Yeah.
But yeah,
No,
you
that's
should
good.
definitely make your choice ASAP.
I like
And
that.
I
Someone
I
from the
haven't done that
restaurant,
either.
as someone in the restaurant industry, yeah, having large groups just show up randomly is about the most hectic thing that can happen. So, all for that. So yeah, and then that's also Friday night is also when we get the first beer share night, which beer share is going to be a little bit different than it is in past years. So I'm sure there'll be an explanation that'll take place, but that is definitely going to be looking a little bit different. We're not going to get too much into that because we're trying to keep on time. And then for Saturdays when you have the 5K taking place.
Mhm.
So, and I believe you can still sign up for that. So that's one thing that's going to be going on. I'm still not determined on whether or not I'm going to run the 5K or not. But we'll see.
I signed up for it.
Did you? Okay.
I will
Awesome.
not have time to do it. That was a bad decision on my part, and I will not have time to do it.
Oh no.
So I'm going to do it virtual. I'm going to do it
Okay.
earlier in the week. I'll probably run the course earlier in the week, and that way I can have a better idea on Saturday morning.
There you go.
Hey, this is where we're running.
Yeah.
So
Maybe you can come up with some ideas for making sure that nobody misses a turn or something
take a
like
turn
that.
here. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's definitely been a thing in the past. So, yeah, so Saturday, David Lambert is back. He's presented before, so it's great to
Yeah.
see that he's back. I'm going to be talking. He does a lot of at-home dad stuff. He's even had at-home dads actually talk to his students online, which has been really cool in the past. So, I'm hoping that he's got some information about maybe just what that conversation's been like with his students
Yep.
afterwards, and then talking about gender and masculinity. Bob Evans, who we had on the show recently from Movember, is going to be talking about Brave Men Talk. So that is a sponsored event by Movember for him coming on. So that's going to be cool.
Very important one.
Yeah, followed by lunch, announcement of new board members at that point. So that'll be exciting to hear who that's going to be. And then Saturday, we got 2 breakout sessions back to back, followed by a, what is this? Yeah,
Ask me
like
anything.
an Ask Me Anything with
Amen.
Keith Nagel. So come in with those very intrusive message or questions for him because this is the last convention that you're going to get to ask president. So, and then we've got our closing keynote, right? Yeah, we Melissa
Our
Davidson.
favorite. Our favorite. Yep.
So great way to end it too with Melissa in there. So that's going to be great. Talking about the OMG, They Are Driving Me Crazy, which I believe is
That's
her
your
new book.
kids. Yeah,
So, yeah.
just your new program. Yeah, just your kids pushing every button. Yeah, you need to be there.
Yep. And then we'll close up. And at that point, we've got time to go get dinner wherever and another beer share night and games. And just lots of fun. I mean, it's a packed schedule, but, there is opportunity to just take a breath, get away, and sit by yourself if you need to, or have that moment where you're like, man, I just been waiting to talk to this other dad for so long and in person. And, maybe just get a big bear hug from Jeremy or Danny or whoever. Like, that's always necessary too. So that's pretty much the time. And then, yeah, Sunday morning, people be packing up and heading back home. And sadly, we'll have to start counting down to the next one.
I'm staying till Monday. Neener.
Oh, yeah, neener. Yeah, nice.
It just seems like if there was any day that I really thought I would benefit from, would be staying an extra day. Is that day after the convention is when I just need my time to recharge. Because every time I fly home and then I got to drive 3 hours. And I'm just like, I'm going to be toast. But yeah, I took an extra.
Well, and then
day.
you get to say bye to everybody too. If you just want to hang out in the lobby, for that time period.
And I do. I do.
So
or let people they need to leave their luggage in their rooms. They have a 3:00 flight. And they don't want to walk around with their luggage or whatever. Okay, well, leave it in my room. You got to check out at 11. You can leave it in my room and just try to be useful. But more than anything, I did a good bit of paid work this year. First time in a very long time. And we took that money and set it aside. And Marnie said, yeah, if you want to stay till Monday, you can. Because
awesome.
I paid for it, which is, I have to tell you, and I'm sure you're aware of how it is because you've been working outside the home, let's say, for a while. And it is a very nice feeling.
Yeah.
It really is. To actually paid something on my own for the first time in a long time. Feels good.
Yeah, no, that's great. Actually, that kind of segues into one of the last things I was going to talk about was, this is an innocent plug, but Joe Saladino and I are actually going to be presenting on dads getting back into the workforce and that kind of thing. And so we actually are working on a little questionnaire that we're going to hopefully send out in the next week so that people can kind of get a jump on answering stuff. But one of the big things is, because we don't present until Saturday, is that if there are dads who just want to sit down beforehand and be like, this is what's going on. Like, can I have 15 minutes of your time to sort of get an idea? Because you're not going to get everybody to come to that breakout session. So that maybe wants to talk about it. This is an opportunity for them to just say, hey, like, can I grab you for 15 minutes? I just want to pick your brain about this idea or, maybe some hurdles that I'm running into. And so we're really excited about it to talk to guys about it and just be able to share what we did to get back into the workforce. And I think that is definitely a hot topic question every year. So I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, man, it's going to be exciting. We're literally days away and it's wild. So yeah, looking forward to it.
I'm ready.
Yep. Me too.
I'm seriously ready. I'm just so ready.
I think that's the biggest thing is everybody's pretty much ready for it. That's signed up for it. So,
and I think about it, my kids are great. They're really easy. They're almost autonomous. They really take care of themselves. They solve their own problems. I'm there as a manager. I've got the easiest job I've ever had as a parent, and I'm still done. So I imagine people that are dealing with toddlers and babies and infants, maybe you're not limited, but all of those things where you're having those early kid that needs you so much more. I don't know how I made it through it. Yeah, I really don't, because already, just as it is, I'm dying. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here.
Well, just make sure that before you leave to go to HomeDadCon, if you have younger ones and you're still getting into the swing of things with schedules, that you've got something maybe written out, whether it's digital or handwritten for, for your partner to be able to use as cliff notes and just, set them up for success so that way they're not stressed out while you're gone. And also to show grace if they do call and need to talk to you. And there's nothing wrong with when you're in the middle of a conversation with somebody at HomeDadCon to be like, hey, I got to step away. I've got to talk to somebody. I got to talk to my partner about what's going on here, answer that question and get right back to it. So yeah. Well, hey, it's been a fun conversation. We better cut it off before we go too much longer, or else we're going to rabbit trail down a whole bunch of other crazy stuff. So y'all have a great week, and we will talk to you again real soon.
Good night, everybody.
I'm a dad, that's what I do.